When I started my business, I had a ton of passion and energy and drive, and I figured that was enough. I think like most entrepreneurs, I said, you know what, I can do this because I just really want to. And what I learned very quickly was, in fact, there was a lot of stuff I didn't know. I didn't have enough time, money, resources, help. I was kind of over my head, and I also felt very alone. Who did I turn to? I didn't have anybody to turn to. And frankly, I didn't want to admit that I didn't have all the answers either, because heaven forbid that I had to say I didn't know what I was doing. What I learned is the best advice to give a startup is to go get advice. A lot of Fortune 500 companies didn't have a business plan. But you know what my view on a plan is? You need to have one that's strong enough to hold together and loose enough to be flexible to change on the fly. Is it hard to get money as a startup? Yes. There's no skirting around that. It's going to be difficult. But there are places and ways to do it in a way that's going to make it a little bit easier for you. So here's my advice. Go to family and friends. Go to angel investor networks. And if you have a great plan, there are some banks that are now starting to loosen their purse strings and invest in startups. And how cool is that? All right, what's my advice to you as a startup? What is it that you need? Well, you're going to need twice as much cash, twice as many hours in the day as there are, and twice as much energy. Now, if you have all that, and then you still continue to work your butt off, you can be a success. At about year 4 or 5 in my business, I realized that I did not have any processes in place. I was driving my team insane. Why? Because I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants, doing what all entrepreneurs do, expecting everybody to just know when I rolled the ball down the alley. I sometimes didn't mean it to hit pins and knock them over. That's what entrepreneurs do. Sometimes we don't think, we just act. Really hard for our team to follow us when that happens. So I had to figure out how to put process in place. How did I do it? Not by me, because I can't do it. I had to hire somebody who made sure it got done. And that financial advisor, I thought, was way too expensive to afford, and somebody that probably was bigger than my company needed. The truth was, he's exactly what I needed. He gave me great advice. He knew what the next steps were going to be. He was able to steer me clear of making the mistakes that I frankly would have made without him. When I first started my business, I was growing, it was successful, I thought. I didn't really believe I needed to understand everything there was to know about understanding a balance sheet. Why? Because I had an accountant who did that for me. Wrong, wrong, wrong. You need to know the ins and outs of a balance sheet as well as they do. You need to know what working capital is, what a debt to equity ratio means, and what a P&L looks like and should look like. Get help. Best advice I'll ever give you. Go get great financial help. I've done a few acquisitions, and I remember my accountant sitting down with me and telling me that most entrepreneurs don't want to sell based on a multiple or based on some industry standard. They want to sell based on a number they have in their head. You have to make sure that number in your head, whether it's 5 million, 10 million, 1 million, whatever it is a realistic number. Don't shoot for the stars. Leave some money on the table for the next guy. Get out while you're ahead. Make sure you're being practical about selling your company, but also that you're getting the value that you've built and you're getting paid for that value. It's not about making everything, it's about feeling good in a win-win situation with the person who's acquired your business and leaving well. When you're looking to transition your business, first figure out exactly how you want to do it. Is it a business that you can transition to existing management? And if so, put a structure in place that they can figure out a way to do that and make it happen. Is it a business that you need to sell to an outside third party? If so, get advice. Get somebody to help you with that transaction. They will be worth the cost and price of admission. And is it a business that is even sellable? Have you put yourself in such a place that the business isn't worth anything once you're gone? That's a real problem. Make sure you're never there, because that would suck.